Wide to the right. So the Ducks come up empty on that drive. A missed opportunity for Oregon with 3:48 to go here in the first half. Colorado on top. 13-6. Joshua Smith hit 2 field goals back in the first quarter, but missing from 44 yards. Colorado takes over the 27-yard line. Marlon Barnes now in at running back, his first appearance for the Buffaloes. We commented that they use all 3 of their sophomore running backs, and now it's Marlon Barnes' turn. His first carry, a gain of maybe 2. Brian Collins, the safety, made the hit.
We talked about the interchangeability of these 3 running backs, Herschel Troutman, Lyndon Henry, and Marlon Barnes. And the difference has been Herschel Troutman's ability to be a good blocker. He's just has that edge in terms of his blocking ability. But Barnes and Henry both are excellent runners and great players in this system.
The market no gain on the play. Tim Ryan with Steve Davis, Bill McAtee live from Dallas, Texas in the Cotton Bowl Classic. 13-6 Colorado lead. Play action for Hessler, and almost escaped the rush, but he is dropped right at the line of scrimmage and maybe just about a half-yard deep for the 4th sack by Oregon. And it is a loss.
They've got a blitz on. The linebackers do a kind of a crossing stunt, and they just cause the pocket to collapse around John Heisley as he tries to step up. Great execution and anticipation by this Oregon defense. They like to move around, give you different looks, different stunts, different formations, try to get you confused and make a mistake.
3rd and 11 for Hessler and company. Oregon showed blitz. Play whistle dead and a timeout called by Colorado. So Hessler didn't like that look. 2:27 to go first half. Colorado by 7.
It's among the top 10 schools in the world for the quality of its biological research. 7th among American public universities for international economics. Number 3 in interior architecture. 5th in special education. And among the very best in the country for journalism, business, and music. How's that for initial impressions?
You've seen him laugh. You've seen him cry. You've seen what makes him angry. You may even think you know him, but you've never known him like this. Montel Williams is Matt Waters.
We all have to take responsibility for how we shape our lives.
A teacher with a passion to make a difference.
That's what I came here for.
Matt Waters series premiere. Then, American Gothic is the season's best new series. Gary Cole is a truly menacing presence. The most riveting series of the season. And it's back on a new night, Wednesday.
We're back at the Cotton Bowl Classic in Dallas under cloudy skies. There has been no rain or snow. Both have been predicted for today. Temperatures dropping, however, and it is windy down on the field. 3rd down and 11. Colorado at their own 25. Hessler deep sideline, and it's complete to Ray Caruth. Wheaton on the coverage, and Caruth nearly escaped from him. And that could have been trouble. Colorado, with a pickup of 10 on the play, will leave 4th down and a yard, and the punting unit comes on. Well, apart from that big turnover, Steve, Colorado really has not been able to move the ball, and frankly, I thought their big, fast offensive line might prove to be too much for the Ducks defense, but Charlie Waters, defensive coordinator for Oregon, has had his schemes ready, and the kids are executing.
Yeah, they've kept them off balance with the stunts and the different formations on defense, and they've kind of neutralized the strength of that middle of their offensive line where they thought all their power and ability. I also am surprised that they've not been able to establish the running game as effectively as what they anticipated. They wanted to play a little smash mouth football against Oregon, and they've not been able to do it today.
Colorado's had 2 big plays to account for their touchdowns. A 62-yard pass to James Kidd from John Hessler late in the first quarter. And then, of course, the interception by Marcus Washington, taking it 95 yards for the 13-6 lead. Coming up on at the half, Pat O'Brien and New York Jets quarterback Boomer Esiason will get you updated on all the latest bowl news with scores and highlights, plus the inspirational story of Ben Hanks, Florida's nickelbacker, and the special relationship with Coach Steve Spurrier, and the holiday tradition of college football's plays of the year, all coming up at halftime. Andy Mitchell will punt standing at his own 22-yard line. High snap. He gets it away. It's another short punt. Lands at the 45. This time is not a Buffalo bounce. And Oregon again with good field position. 18-yard punt. Let's go to Bill McAtee down on the sidelines.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. These guys are usually found in much warmer weather. Peter Jacobson and Fred Couples. And I noticed at the first part of the game, big smile, a little bit of discouragement from Freddie, who's wearing obviously the Colorado garb, as you can see. But the fortunes turned on 2 plays.
Yeah, it was a great interception. They were trying to drive it down, but this is the most we're going to argue all year right here.
Jake, you guys have been staying together, right?
Yeah, well, Freddie was nice enough to put us all up, and I've been trying to convert him to becoming an Oregon Duck, but look at him. Look at him. He's decked out in the... I got to tell you, though, it's all free stuff. Freddie may be shy, but he loves free stuff.
All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the game. Okay, see you on the tour.
Haven't those guys got a warm weather golf course to be playing on? What are they doing here, this stuff? Ricky Whittle, the intended receiver, on first down for the Ducks, incomplete. And 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line of Oregon. Graziani, 10 of 20, 46 yards, 2 interceptions, one of them very costly. Marcus Washington, 95 yards for the score for Colorado. Plenty of time, and that intended for Dameron Ricketts, a little too high, couldn't haul it down. 5'9" receiver from Culver City, California. 17 catches on the season. 3rd down, Ducks.
You've got to give a lot of credit to this University of Oregon's offensive line. I think there was a lot of speculation by the Colorado coaches that they felt like they could out-muscle and outspeed the offensive line with their people, Darryl Price, and Kerry Hicks, and Ryan Olsen, the different combinations. Well, these guys, Reed and Greg Malapai, they've done a great job protecting their quarterback.
3rd and 10. Again, good protection. Graziani, again, not a good throw intended for McLemore. Wind might start to be a problem down there. And so Oregon will have to punt. Colorado, despite being outplayed by the Ducks overall in this first half, have come up with the 2 big plays to give them their 7-point lead. Oregon has rushed, rather total yardage, 123 yards, and Colorado with 103 to this point here with 1:30 left in the first half. And the Ducks have had the better of it by 20 yards in total offense. Bidwell's 2nd punt. Elton Davis back, make it his 3rd punt. Bidwell's 3rd punt of the game. Hitting from the 34-yard line. Davis tries to return. He's dropped right there at the 20-yard line by Lamont Woods. So the Buffaloes with 1:21 to go. And a first down at their 20. And a 7-point lead over the Oregon Ducks from the Pac-10. 2 9-2 teams, 2 first-year coaches, 2 teams looking for more respect than they feel they have, and looking for the Cotton Bowl Classic trophy here in Dallas. And whistles before the play could get started. May have been a delay of game against Hessler and the Buffaloes.
On the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Well, it's a false start. Mike Pereira, the referee from Sacramento, California, tells us. 1st and 15 from the 15. 1:21 and counting down. Oregon showing blitz. Rick Rule is up. There's Russell. They don't bring him. And Marlon Barnes. Barnes down the sideline to the 31-yard line. Good running by Marlon Barnes, a sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. And a first down for Colorado.
Colorado doesn't want to make any mistakes. It's a sweep play, hand sweep to Marlon Barnes. 2 tight end set. Good job by the offensive line there. Chris Nioli makes a great block to free him into the secondary.
Caruth and Savoy go wide to the right. First down, 1 setback. That's Barnes. Barnes has it. Slipped and fell. Still picked up close to 5 over the 35-yard line of Colorado. James Kidd comes into the lineup. Ray Caruth goes out for the Buffaloes. Kidd and Savoy go wide right again. And a reverse. Savoy, a handoff from Barnes, and it'll be a first down, Colorado. Well executed. Gain of about 13 yards out to the 48-yard line of the Buffaloes.
The reverse play works when you've got a very reactive defense. And this Oregon, they've been on time. They've been moving, a lot of movement. This time they get the play they want with Phil Savoy on the reverse play and take advantage of that quick reaction by that Oregon defense. Good call by Colorado.
Phil Savoy, a sophomore from Washington, D.C., 6'3", 200-pounder. Neuheisel goes into his bag of tricks here as time winds down in the first half. 35 seconds remain. Colorado with a 7-point lead. Hessler on the option. Good tackle in the open field. Jeremy Asher, the senior linebacker. 107 tackles on the season to lead the team for the Ducks. Jeremy Asher, 65 of them solo, 3 sacks. And a timeout call against Colorado. They've used up their final one of this first half. Tonight, CBS features primetime college football with the FedEx Orange Bowl. Number 8 Florida State Seminoles against the number 6 Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Coverage begins at 8 o'clock Eastern from Miami, Florida. Then tomorrow, the national championship, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, matching number 1 Nebraska and number 2 Florida. Coverage at 8 p.m. Eastern from Tempe, Arizona tomorrow night on CBS Sports. Such a widely anticipated game. The national champion declared tomorrow night right here on CBS. John Hessler on the Colorado sideline. Colorado's taken their final timeout. 27 seconds remains in the first half. And they have a 2nd and 7 just inside the midfield stripe in Oregon territory.
And finally, we're going to have an opportunity to have a national championship settled on the field. It's not a perfect system, but it worked this year.
Hessler complete. Kidd. Molden made the tackle immediately, but it's a first down. 20 seconds on the clock. Clock stops with a first down in college football. Short drop, and the pass intended for Caruth may have been tipped at the line. Clock stopped with 15 seconds remaining in the second down. Steve, is he going to go deep here on this play, or try and get one more, get closer to field goal? What do you think?
Well, all the way down the field, they've been very careful because they don't want to turn the ball over and make mistakes. I think John Hessler's played well, but at times he's missed his call, he's missed his read, and they don't want to put him in a situation where he makes a mistake. They're trying to build his confidence. I think that still applies right now. Every route they're throwing, they've had 2 tight ends. They've protected him to give him the maximum opportunity to be successful.
15 seconds, straight drop back on this play for Hessler. Lots of time. Does go deep. Savoy, the intended receiver, a bunch of ducks there, and it is incomplete. Brian Collins knocking it away as Ray Caruth also came into the corner of the end zone. along with Savoy, the intended receiver.
The wind is swirling around. The ball gets held up. For the Oregon Ducks, it looks pretty familiar because it's quacking like one. It comes down in just a cluster of defensive backs.
Collins got a hand on it. It'll be third down with 6 seconds remaining. And the wind does seem to be affecting the passing game in the second period. Both Graziani and Hessler having some problems with the elements now. 7-point Colorado lead. Hessler didn't see Schmidt. He escapes him, but is finally pulled down by Reggie Jordan, number 47. And that'll bring the first half to a close. So the underdog Oregon Ducks sticking in here against Colorado. The Buffaloes, with 2 big plays, have themselves a 7-point lead.
A minimal rush by Oregon. John Hessler walks right into the arms, and then all of a sudden Reggie Jordan will finally catch up with him. A 3-man rush, and Colorado was not able to protect their quarterback.
So that's the end of the first half with the score. Colorado 13, Oregon 6. Halftime activities continue after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports coverage of the Cotton Bowl.
CBS Sports presentation of the Cotton Bowl is sponsored by Buick, makers of the 1996 Riviera. When was the last time you really had fun in a car? And by Gillette Sensor Excel and the Gillette Series. Gillette, the best a man can get.
For the guts, raw talent, sheer power. One man suits up 5 nights a week. The Late Show with David Letterman. 4 quarters of in-your-face TV.
How would you react if the IRS said you weren't married?
Are you telling me?
Yep. Every time I forget our anniversary, the law's been on my side.
All new Dave's World. Then, the only thing scarier than leaving your daughter in charge is finding out she left.
I'm home, Mrs. Patterson.
All new Bless This House after Dave's World, Wednesday.
This is CBS.
And welcome to At the Half from Tempe, Arizona, side of the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl as CBS Sports Championship Weekend continues. And Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien, along with my partner, Boomer Esiason, live from Sun Devil Stadium, where they're getting the field ready for the national championship. The score down at the Cotton Bowl is Colorado 13 over Oregon 6, and big plays, huh?
It actually has been a game of big plays, most notably by the defense. But the biggest play thus far has been a 95-yard interception touchdown return. You'll see Josh Wilcox, number 90. He'll come down inside as a tight end. Ricky Whittle, the halfback, will come out underneath. Graziani will roll a little bit, but because of pressure up the middle, you'll see that he is forced into a bad situation and a bad decision. Right here, the tight end, Wilcox, is wide open, but because of this pressure, he throws it into double coverage. And number 37, Marcus Washington, already fulfills his New Year's resolution by returning more interceptions for touchdowns. A 95-yard interception return, a Cotton Bowl record.
Yeah, even with the rain and wind and the cold, that'll warm up the fans right there. And it's 13-6 now. Let's get everybody caught up to date on what's going on Bowl Monday here in the Citrus Bowl. Tennessee and Ohio State, a little bit of a surprise here. 14-7 is the score there in the third quarter. In the Gator Bowl, Syracuse over Clemson, just a complete blowout, 41-0. Quarterback Donovan McNabb has 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. A big day for him as Syracuse rolling in the fourth quarter. Penn State and Auburn out in the Outback Bowl, and another football game with inclement weather this afternoon. 43-14 was the final there. Auburn led 7-3 after a Patrick Nix to Robert Baker 35-yard touchdown pass.
Right here you can see Patrick Nix stands in the pocket, delivers the ball nicely. A nice run by his wide receiver.
And then Wally Richardson takes over and goes to work.
Well, really, Wally Richardson is coming into his own as the quarterback of the Nittany Lions. Today he has 4 touchdown passes, and you can see a nice reception in very bad weather down there.
Then he goes to his tailback, Boomer.
You know, he's had some pretty big shoes to fill in that of Kerry Collins, but he's done it nicely here, leading his team to victory.
All right, so Penn State rolls today. 43-14 was the final there. Last night in the Sugar Bowl, the Hokies, 28-10, the final there, and the new Bowl Alliance officially kicked off down in the Big Easy, and down 10-0. Special teams came up big again, as they did all year for Virginia Tech.
Well, when you think of Virginia Tech, you think of special teams and defense, and Brian Still right here, the game's all-purpose MVP shows why he was selected that trophy.
In the still of the night, Brian Still was the hero of this game. 54-yard touchdown pass from Jim Druckenmiller here.
He had 2 touchdowns. Druckenmiller does a nice job of just laying it down the middle of the field and let Still go get it. And you can see his explosive speed and beats the defender into the end zone.
Excuse me, Boomer, and what would it be without a little shower at the end of the game? And they always say they're unexpected. And, hello! That wakes you up.
You can do it indoors, but don't do it outdoors when it's cold out.
28-10 was the score last night in the Sugar Bowl. It's 9 at 8 o'clock. Our big bowl doubleheader continues here on CBS with the FedEx Orange Bowl featuring Florida State taking on Notre Dame. For more on that matchup, let's go down to Sean McDonough.
This is the Chamber of Commerce shot of Miami, Florida, but the weather has been anything but spectacular during FedEx Orange Bowl week here in South Florida. Record-setting cool snap has been followed by 2 days of rain, but that didn't stop the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame from making their final walkthrough here at the stadium yesterday. The Fighting Irish, a double-digit underdog tonight against Florida State. As a matter of fact, they're the biggest underdog of any team in a bowl game this year, probably because Florida State seems to have the edge at quarterback. Danny Cannell was the ACC Player of the Year for Florida State. He threw 32 touchdown passes this year. His opposite number is Thomas Krug, making just his 2nd career start tonight. He's in for Ron Paulus, out for the year with a fractured arm.
I tell everybody, going to the Air Force game, there wasn't one butterfly before the game. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I've always never had a big sense of urgency and nervousness before any game. Like, hopefully it's because of the confidence and because of the guys I've always had around me. And, I'm just more excited than nervous.
Last year we caught them a little bit off guard because we had been passing the ball so much, and I think they weren't expecting us to come out running like we did. So this year I think they're going to be more expecting that type of game, and we've got to be ready to come right back at them because it's going to be a physical game. They're used to seeing teams run the ball, so we've just got to try to mix things up and keep them off balance.
I'm joined by Pat Hayden. Pat Thomas Krug is obviously the less experienced of the 2 quarterbacks, but tonight he will also be asked to do less.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting game, I think, because 2 completely different styles of offense. Florida State is very much quarterback dependent. Danny Cannell has to play well for them to score those 48 points a game they've been averaging. And for Notre Dame, they want to really take the pressure off Thomas Krug. It is only his 2nd start. They want to run the ball, and the strength of their team is their offensive line.
Notre Dame finished the season on a strong note. They bring a 6-game winning streak into tonight's FedEx Orange Bowl against Florida State, 8 p.m. here on CBS Sports.
Sean and Pat didn't get the coat and tie memo there. A little golf maybe down there,
I don't understand that. How come we have to get dressed up and they don't?
I'll tell you, who has to get dressed up and go to work is Thomas Krug.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on him, certainly, but really I think the pressure in this game is going to fall on the hands of the Notre Dame defense to stop that high-flying FSU offense. And I can tell you right now, Thomas Krug did play in the much-publicized $8 million game against Air Force, but this is not Air Force.
By the way, our golf clubs are right down here. Coming up, the inspirational story of Florida's nickelbacker, Ben Hanks, and our college football plays of the year as At the Half rolls on live Sun Devil Stadium right after this.
This is $5,000 for the baby. I'm embarrassed to take this. You could do something with it.
Like what? Go on a cruise? If your mother and I want to do that, we'll do that.
I can't pay this back.
Pay it back by doing the same thing for your grandchild.
Now there are 4 ways to get the power of Selsun Blue, the #1 doctor-recommended dandruff shampoo. There's medicated, moisturizing, 2-in-1, balanced, 4 powerful Selsun Blue formulas. Now you've got even more Selsun power.
The unmistakable sounds of New Year's Day. That's the Oregon Duck Band entertaining the fans with the score down at the Cotton Bowl. Colorado 13 and Oregon 6. And welcome back to Tempe, Arizona. And here it is for the first time, the brand new Great Games Trophy to be awarded to the winner of the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, gleaming in the sunshine there.
Trophies last forever, and I'm sure both teams want this thing very badly in their trophy case. This signifies great commitment and effort on the part of the national champion. Plus, it's the first one ever.
And a lot of work. One of the main most inspiring stories surrounding tomorrow night's game is that of Florida nickelbacker Ben Hanks, one young man who got a second chance and made the most of it. Ben Hanks has learned to take advantage of an opportunity and run with it.
It's taken off. Ben Hanks down the sideline. Ben Hanks will go all the way. It'll be 90-plus yards for Ben Hanks. Hey, Nebraska, the Gators are on their way.
But Florida's fifth-year senior linebacker wasn't always so popular. Hanks grew up in Miami's notorious Overtown in a place called The Hole. Many thought he was over his head academically when he signed with Florida, and Hanks heard the whispers.
Couldn't play at this level, but couldn't achieve academically. University of Florida was too hard for him. He'll flunk out, he'll be back home. He'll be on the streets of Overtown maybe, selling drugs or doing some things which is not right.
Florida coach Steve Spurrier took a chance with Hanks, a chance few others were willing to risk. Spurrier sensed a strong hunger in Hanks.
We actually sort of petitioned and went to the president and said, we believe this young man can make it, and he's really turned his life around his senior year of high school. And hopefully, we believe he deserves a chance to be a student athlete at the University of Florida. And the president agreed, and he said, now, Steve, if he doesn't make it, don't come to me with any more players in this category. And I said, I understand.
Spurrier believed in Hanks so much, he did the unthinkable. He unretired the number 11 he had worn as a Heisman winner at Florida and gave it to Ben Hanks.
It was shocking at first. I tried to do my best to uphold it and give the jersey the justice that it deserved and go out and represent it well.
Hanks has done justice to number 11 not only on the field but in the classroom. Last August, Ben Hanks earned his degree.
Taking advantage of my opportunity and going out and receiving my degree in 4 years, I think I opened the eyes of a lot of people and showed that if given a chance, not only me, but to other young kids, that they can make the best of the opportunity.
You know, after watching that, Pat, the similarities that I can draw between one Jimmy Johnson and a Steve Spurrier of what Jimmy Johnson did with the University of Miami and that football team is almost exactly what Steve Spurrier has done with this team. A bright young coach, offensive-minded, likes to play wide-open football, and will take chances. And certainly it was good for Ben Hanks that he did.
Inspirational story indeed. Thank you, Boomer. You'll see the Florida Gators tomorrow night at 8 o'clock against Nebraska in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl for the national championship right here on CBS. Well, now that the college football season is about to end, in keeping with an annual tradition here at CBS Sports, we bring you our Plays of the Year. Watch. It's that time again for resolutions, reflections, and reviews of the best and worst of the year gone by. And yes, college football fans have been storming the gates to get a look at 1995's plays of the year. And no better way to start than with a couple of thrilling finishes.
Backpedals, has time. Going right corner to Mercury. Hayes got it. Visiting out of bounds or in. Touchdown! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Michigan wins!
Miller will take the shotgun snap from Jason Johnson. He's back to throw. They roll left. Miller throwing for the end zone. He's looking for Lockett, who makes the catch. Touchdown, K-State on the final play of the game. Are you kidding me?
No, we're not. 95 was made special with some memorable special teams plays, like Alabama's Chris Edwards with this gut check. Here's a tip when punting, have a punter.
It's out of the end zone of safety.
But as Iona learned on 4th and long against Pace, sometimes the miscues can turn into manna from heaven.
Oh my goodness, he's going deep for the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown, Martinez.
This year's 12th Man Award goes not to the Texas A&M fans.
It's intercepted by Banks. He's running it all the way down the sidelines. The game clock winds out. Antonio Banks takes it in.
No,
Touchdown.
it goes to Cavalier trainer Joe Geek and his sidekick. In the impossible escape category, the great Houdini's got nothing on Syracuse freshman quarterback Donovan McNabb.
Third down. McNabb. Oh, look at him go. Away. And there's a touchdown. He's looking for it. Now he's going to run. Defenders all over the field.
Pressure by West Virginia.
McNabb flushed out. Gets away. Fires downfield for Maddox. He's got him. Touchdown, Syracuse.
Broken play.
Defensive Player of the Year goes to Lou Holtz's Player of the Day, Notre Dame's Ivory Covington, and his season-saving stop against Army right there. Defensive Player of the Year.
What a play! What a play! Ivory Covington.
And the Play of the Year, the Kareem of the crop, comes from UCLA's Abdul-Jabbar, and this scamper against Arizona.
If he gets a couple of blocks, he could do some damage, but he's going to go down at the 30. No, he's still on his feet. Abdul-Jabbar at the 30. Abdul-Jabbar could go. Touchdown, UCLA. One of the most incredible plays.
Some of the memorable moments from the 1995 college football campaign. To catch your breath there, Boomer. By the way, our research staff rummaged through the dusty vaults and uncovered vintage footage of some of the best plays of the early 80s. Starring a young Terp named Boomer. Let's take a look at this.
20-yard line. Esiason, the Boomer is the quarterback. Left-hander also. And a sack. First and goal at the 6. Esiason bobbled it, and he is spilled.
Do you remember this?
No, I don't remember any of this. You know, are you going to show a good play at all or no? Look at that movement. That's unbelievable. I can't move like that anymore.
It's great movement. But it's great to hear Lindsey Nelson's voice on it.
Yes, it sure is. And really, when you think of the Cotton Bowl, you think of Lindsey Nelson and all the great memories of that particular game. And I want to forget that last game against Clemson.
Thanks for being a good sport, too. And thank you for watching At the Half. Tim and Steve will be back with the second half of the Cotton Bowl as we leave you with a look at the Colorado Buffaloes band. Everybody.
I got it.
Tap the Rockies, cruise light. Tap the Rockies, cruise light.
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Tap the Rockies, cruise light.
Up here. Hi, Martin Mull. I'm inside Ed Klein's dream. Ed's having a vivid dream about money because he's taking advantage of Red Roof Inn's dream rates. I think his subconscious is overjoyed about all the money he's saving. Am I right, Ed? That was a yes.
Red Roof Inn's dream rates are available for a limited time. For reservations, call 1-800-THE-ROOF.
I hate to tell him his alarm's about to go off.
Now, to each man who shaves, there's an Edge all his own. Only Edge Gel has 8 custom formulas to fit every shaving need. From tough beards to sensitive skin. For a close, comfortable shave, Get an edge of your own. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge. And for dry skin, try new Edge Extra Moisturizing Formula.
Here's new croissant pockets from Hot Pockets brand.
Sandwiches stuffed with fabulous fillings like chicken and broccoli. Or ham and cheddar. And a tender, flaky crust. Outstanding. New croissant pockets from
Hot Pockets.
All set?
You bet I am. Thanks to you.
A few weeks ago with Jesse, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming.
Because great hair can't have flakes.
Quickness. Agility. Strength. These abilities come from hard work and practice. You can't get them by using drugs.
If you or someone you know needs help or information concerning drug abuse, call this toll-free number, 1-800-662-HELP. This message provided by the NCAA.
At the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Colorado 13, Oregon 6 will return to the Cotton Bowl after this message from your local station. You are watching CBS Sports coverage of the Cotton Bowl Classic.
Now that halftime is out of prime time, make time for the good times.
Believe me, baby, I am gonna work it.
Kick off the new year with the CBS Comedy Bowl.
Foghorn Leghorn, I'm not finished yet.
With Primetime's favorite comedy team.
We're waking up in the city that never sleeps.
Yeah, because it was staying up nights thinking of new ways to screw me over.
They're the ladies of laughter. The Nanny, Can't Hurry Love, Murphy Brown, and a special Monday Sybil.
I always feel great on my birthday. Wow, you are a good actress.
So let the good times roll next Monday.
This is CBS.
CBS Sports presentation of the Cotton Bowl is sponsored by Eagle. Test drive the sophisticated Eagle Vision, the first sedan to offer the AutoStick system. And by Old Spice High Endurance Deodorant. For long-lasting odor protection, now you've got proof, not promises.
Big plays have been the story of the first half here in Dallas. Colorado leading 13-6. Ricky Whittle had a 63-yard return of the opening kickoff that led to a Joshua Smith field goal to give Oregon an early 3-0 lead from 25 yards out. And then a second field goal followed a Rich Rule interception, the Oregon linebacker setting up a 33-yarder by Smith. And then Colorado came back after a 62-yard bomb to James Kidd from John Hessler. Hessler took it in for the score. And then it was Washington with a 95-yard return of an interception for the Colorado Buffaloes. And let's take a look at that play, Steve Davis.
Oregon's going down to score. They think they've got to. And what happens, Marcus Washington jumps inside of the receiver and just goes down the line all the way for the touchdown. Big play, big turnaround. Oregon was going in to score, and it goes the other direction.
So that's how it stands. Let's go down to the field and Bill McAtee.
All right, Tim, thank you very much, Coach. Terrific first half, except for 2 big plays.
Well, I wouldn't call it very terrific. You're right. Our 2 mistakes cost us. We played a great game on defense and a very average or less than average game on offense, which I expect to correct in this half.
What are those corrections?
Well, we got to make some passes. We got to complete some passes and make some plays and stop that other team. We've done a great job so far. And you're right. The 2 mistakes, one on offense, one on defense, have been the difference in the game.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck in that second half. Let's send you back upstairs.
Well, thank you, Bill. Steve, a very entertaining first half for sure. I think Colorado fans have got to be a little bit relieved that they're up by 7.
Well, I think the big play is that the coach alluded to. I think that was a big difference in the football game. Colorado's not been able to establish the run. They thought they could muscle and play smash mouth Big 8 football. Oregon's not let them do that. I really credit Oregon. They've had 5 sacks. Their defense has played tough. You know, they've played a very good first half, even though there's some disappointment. They're behind.
Nonetheless, they are behind, and let's see whether Mike Bellotti and his staff can actually crank it up offensively. Here's a look at that first half. Oregon had 1 more first down, and the total yardage, Colorado mainly off the big play.
Yeah, there you see Colorado's not been able to generate the kind of running yards that they typically do. The 2 turnovers on both sides of the ball, and then the key for Oregon, their ability to put sacks on the University of Colorado. I think that's a big difference maker, and it will serve them well if they can have the same productivity in the second half.
Well, we expected a very interesting matchup. We have had that for sure through the first half. Weather deteriorating rapidly. Look at the difference. Yesterday, people were in shorts here sightseeing around Dallas. It's now 39 degrees going down. It is pouring rain at the moment. Very uncomfortable. And let's once again go down to Bill McAtee on the field.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. Well, as you might be able to see, it has now started to rain. The wind has picked up, and there is a weather warning for later this afternoon. Guess what, guys? We might have snow. Back up to you.
Snow in Dallas, and you know the Cotton Bowl committee having some fun with the media, and everybody said that they had themselves taken a vote and said Dallas was a warm weather site for bowl games on New Year's Day. Well, didn't turn out that way, at least this time. But yesterday, had the game been played yesterday, it was very much like Miami, an absolutely gorgeous day. Steve Davis was the one who said prior to the start of the game, the rain is for the Ducks, the cold is for the Buffaloes. So it's dead even in terms of
it
the
really
elements.
is dead even.
All right, Oregon kicks it off. They're going from right to left this second half, trailing by 7. Lyndon Henry returning it for the Buffs to the 36-yard line of Colorado. John Hessler, 7 of 13 in the first half, 95 yards and an interception that led to an Oregon field goal.
And Tim, even though the weather is very uncomfortable for the people in the stadium, the players, you cannot let it affect you mentally. Don't let it be the factor in the ball game. They're going to be throwing a wet ball. You're going to be throwing a wet ball. Don't sweat those little things. Those are little things.
Marlon Barnes is the running back. Play action fake to him. Hessler and incomplete. Intended for Caruth. Perfectly timed hit by Alex Molden, the senior from Colorado Springs, showing his jumping ability. He can go up 42 inches.
Trying to get John Hessler off to a fast start with Ray Caruth. The ball was a little bit slow in coming to him. He was having to come back. Good job by Ray to come back for the ball and look for it. Oregon continues to play excellent coverage. They're protecting themselves in terms of their coverage and doing a great job in that defensive secondary.
2nd and 10. Troutman now in at running back. He's the ball carrier, and he breaks loose. Herschel Troutman to the 6-yard line. Pulled down from behind by Alex Molden. Troutman, a Barry Sanders fan, showed a little Sanders touch there.
He loves the cut-back play. Watch him. He'll take it outside, and then he cuts back against. Watch him. Right there. Right behind the line, then cuts back. Great effort. Little guy size-wise, but in terms of his ability to run, and it's just a race on Oregon's part to try to catch him, but it's a big play for University of Colorado.
55 yards. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line of Oregon. Lyndon Henry comes in to replace Troutman, and it's Henry to the 1-yard line. Asher and Collins make the hit for the Ducks. And the Buffaloes, with an explosive 55-yard run by Troutman, are knocking on the door again. Leading by 7, opening minute of the second half.
Colorado's doing now in the second half what they could not do in the first half. They've just dominated in the run in this first series. They've taken control of the ballgame, making blocks, making plays, making yards.
High formation, Keith Miller, the fullback, number 35 in the game. Play action fake. Hessler to the end zone. Touchdown! Matt Lepsis, the junior tight end from Frisco, Texas. Again, the big play, and a happy John Hessler heads back to the Colorado sideline. 55-yard run by Herschel Troutman, setting up the score. A beautiful play-action fake by Hessler and the catch by Matt Lepsis. Neil Voskerichian with a point after. Missed one earlier. Has this one.
Matt Lepsis, one of the reasons he's a tight end is because they felt like they could get the mismatches. A play-action pass, he's coming across a crossing route. Great job by John Hessler to give him time to be deep in the end zone. Great job, 6-5. It's a 20-0 game, 26th game. We'll be back.
Who better to ask about the Eagle Vision than a guy who drives hundreds of cars every day, like a valet parking attendant? So what'd you think?
Eagle Vision's very impressive. I love the 214 horses, speed-sensitive steering, traction control, the anti-lock disc brakes, the manual shifting capability of that auto stick system, not to mention the extra control it offers.
You forgot about the CD player. I believe these are yours.
Test it yourself. Make the call. 1-800-2-TEST-EAGLE.
When I took the high endurance challenge from Old Spice, I really thought it was going to be a challenge. I mean, this is a challenge. This is a sure thing. It evaporates less quickly, it also lasts longer, protects better. Old Spice guarantees it. Now, if you don't think it's the best, you call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a stick of your old deodorant. So if you're looking for a real challenge, go climb a mountain. If you're looking for the best deodorant, try high endurance from Old Spice. Because now you got proof. Guaranteed.
1879, Siemens invents the first electric locomotive, top speed 10 miles an hour. That was then. This is now. Today, Siemens technology can connect cities at over 200 miles an hour and carries millions of commuters with more comfort and convenience all across America. Transportation is just one of Siemens' vast array of technologies that help keep America on the move. Siemens, precision thinking.
Natural ability can only take you so far. Equipment counts for a lot. I'm always checking out new ideas. You have to stay competitive. That's what I like about Pert Plus. Cleans and conditions in one step. No messing with 2 bottles. I get great results. No hassle, no fuss. Eventually, we all cross the finish. The winners just find a better way to get there.
Pert Plus, great hair, no fuss.
Here they come, the FedEx Orange Bowl as Florida State takes on Notre Dame. A classic bowl matchup tonight on CBS.
Just watch.
We're back at the Cotton Bowl. Colorado leads 20-6. Watch Matt Lepsis right here. He's 6'5". There's nobody picks him up. He's going to come across. Good job by the quarterback to find him. Right here, Kenny Wheaton ought to pick him up, but he doesn't. Watch what happens. There it is, wide open, nobody's there. Wheaton now realizes that he had a man deep in the end zone. 6'5" is his size. Came to Colorado as a tackle. He's 6'5", working against the tallest guy in the secondary of Oregon is 6'1".
Good play action fake by John Hessler, and it looked like Wheaton bid on it as you played that replay for us, Steve. Herschel Troutman's 55-yard run setting that up. The longest run from scrimmage, Colorado Bowl history. Cordell Stewart won 41 last year against Notre Dame at the Fiesta Bowl. And the kickoff taken at the 20-yard line by Blake Spence. And a loose ball, and it's Colorado. The Buffaloes inside the 30 of Oregon. Blake Spence, number 82, the reserve tight end, took the short kickoff, and he coughed it up when he got hit. Tough break for the sophomore from San Juan Capistrano, and the Buffaloes now, opening the second half with a touchdown after the big play by Troutman, have themselves another opportunity.
This is the kind of football Colorado wanted to play in the first half. Smash mouth football, Big 8 style, rough and ready. Watch Blake Spence just cough up the football. The ball's rolling around, big turnover. Colorado's got the ball and back in shape and ready to go.
Looked like Terrell Cade, number 48, made that hit on him. Under the special teams for the Buffs at the 30-yard line. First down, Colorado. Tight end McCarty in motion. Hessler goes to him, and he can't hold on. Tennyson McCarty, a sophomore from Boulder. Ryan Collins had the coverage, number 2.
Watch the hit on Heisler right. It was a blitz right there. It was the blitz. He recognized it, just barely missed the throw, but good job to recognize it. He knew he was going to get hit. He just wasn't able to complete the pass.
And that was Collins making that rush on Hessler. Not out on the cover, as we called it initially. The 2nd and 10. Troutman near the 20, just short of the first down. Dante Lewis, number 5, a senior from Long Beach, California, made the tackle for the Ducks. Third down, about a half yard now. Ducks send in 3 new defenders. Keith Miller comes in as the fullback. They'll have 2 running backs here in a short yardage situation.
Tim, I've got a sneaking suspicion that the offensive line got motivated at halftime.
So far, see what happens on 3rd and short. Play action again, deep pass, and the receiver slipped. Molden was there anyway. Caruth slipped down, but Alex Molden had good coverage on it. It's quite a matchup. 2 outstanding players in the country. Ray Caruth, the wide receiver, Alex Molden, the defender.
Okay, watch the pocket. Watch the pocket that forms around John Hessler and protects him as he tries to make this throw. They do a great job. The first half, they weren't as strong. Boy, great protection by Heisler. 1, 2, 3 step, throw on time, incomplete, but good job by the offensive line.
4th and less than a yard. Troutman. It'll be close. It'll be close. Great effort by the Ducks. Bryant Jackson and Brian Collins combining to stop Troutman. Troutman with 87 yards on 7 carries prior to that one. And the Ducks have held. Second time they've stopped Colorado on 4th and short.
This defense of Oregon is relentless. They don't give up. They've had some bad things happen for them. They've done a great job off of the fumble to be able to come back and stop Colorado. Good effort, good penetration all across that defensive front. Linebacker stepping up in the hole, making it tough.
There's Brian Collins, senior from LA, 6', 216-pounder who got the ankles, and then the big guy Jackson fell on top of him. Ducks ball, first down at their 20-yard line. That could have been devastating for Oregon had the Buffaloes got a first down and kept going in from the 20. Now 12:32 remains in the 3rd quarter, and Colorado with a 20-6 lead.
That offense has to step up now. They've got to make something happen. Control the ball, keep the defense off the field, get some momentum back. The defense is doing their part.
That's what Mike Bellotti told Bill McAtee at halftime. Need some offense from my offense, some completed passes. Weather definitely becoming a factor now. The rain heavier, and it's blowing down on the playing surface. Jelks and Whittle in the backfield. Whittle, not much, a couple. A senior from Fresno, California, Greg Jones on the stop. see how the rain has picked up. It could turn to snow before the end of the game. Hardy fans here with the umbrellas up and lots of yellow slickers in evidence. Warmest it's been so far today was way back at 6 a.m. when it was 51. Graziani rolling and is hit from behind. The ball is loose. And it looks like Colorado ball again. Matt Russell, the guy to strip it from Graziani. And I believe Donnell Leonidi has come up with it for the Buffaloes. Steve Graziani didn't see Russell at all.
Watch Matt Russell. He's going to come in off of Graziani and try to, he strips the ball, 16 right there. He's trying to put the ball away to go upfield, and Matt Russell does a wonderful job of stripping it away from him. Great effort by Matt Russell, that middle linebacker in the Colorado system. They call him a throwback player, kind of a Sam Huff type. Has fun, makes big plays, also gets some big spikes.
From the 18-yard line, Colorado with a first down. Troutman trying to squirt out of the traffic. It took 3 of the Ducks to bring him down. Bailey holding on to him. Yeah, there's Matt Russell. We showed a close-up of him before.
Nate, I hope you're watching. You need to call me. Nate Chime, my best friend. What's up, Randy? Have them babies. Hey, Randy.
Broken
Hi, Randy.
nose, black eye. Great kid. We had a lot of fun with all the players that we talked to from Colorado and Oregon. Wonderful young men.
He's a character.
He is a character.
2nd and 11, and that bruiser size, not from real action, that's from practice. Pass intended for Kidd, incomplete. We mentioned earlier Russell in a skirmish here in Dallas earlier in the week, and one of his good friends on the team, Chris Soden, gave him a pop, lifted his face guard in order to get a punch in.
Yeah, he wanted to get a better shot.
Yeah, they just laughed about it afterwards. In fact, Russell was only concerned, there's the perpetrator, Russell was only concerned if he could go out that night. He checked with the doc before he looked in the mirror and said, will I be able to go out tonight? He did. The two of them went to Wendy's, and he said they even had to pick up the tab. 3rd and 11. Troutman struggles for about 3. Bailey on the tackle again. So the Ducks defense delivers the goods once more.
That was a big call defensively for Oregon. They had a blitz on, a safety blitz that was really a 3rd down and long. They took a chance that they weren't going to throw the ball, and they were able to guess right. There's Charlie Waters, a very popular figure here in Dallas from the great Cowboy teams of the 70s.
38-yard field goal attempt. Jason Leslie. I make it Voskerichian, and Leslie Holding. He's the kicker-offer. And it is good. Voskerichian. Flag on the play, however. Voskerichian delivers a 38-yard field goal for the Buffs, but let's get the call. Buffs say it's against the Ducks, and they are right.
The Oregon defense is doing everything they can. They're doing their job. The offense has laid it on the ground, and Colorado has taken it to in terms of smash mouth football. But Oregon being placed in some tough situations field-wise because of turnovers, they're doing all they can right now. They've made some big plays.
Now Colorado, of course, can decide whether to keep the 3 or take the
defense.
The distance.
Had 13 men on the field. Half the distance. First down.
And they have a first down.
Now see, that's playing with everything you got.
So Colorado will take the 3 points off the board, but they've got 1st and 10 at the goal.
Let's see. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's some out, and there's 2 in the front. There's 1 more out here, I believe, to the left. Well, that's it. 12. There's at least 12.
Too many.
13. There's too many.
Too many for sure. And so it is a 1st down for the Buffalo. So a serious error on the part of the Ducks. And now let's see if they can stop Colorado here or whether the Buffs can take advantage and get more than 3. Troutman drives to the 6-yard line. Score remains at 20-6. Voskerichian had hit from 38 yards. Garth White makes the tackle for Oregon on Troutman. Chris Anderson comes in for the Buffaloes at wide receiver. Troutman now 94 yards on 11 carries for Colorado. Miller the fullback. Troutman behind him. Anderson in motion. It's Troutman again, and he is stuck. No gain, maybe a loss of a half yard. Troy Bailey, number 56, made the stop. Bailey, the senior from Honolulu, has been outstanding in this football game along that Oregon front. Savoy comes in with Caruth. Tight end McCarty goes out, and the fullback Miller goes out. And Kidd comes in, Anderson out for the Buffaloes. Barnes and Dante Lewis come in defensively for Oregon. 3rd down. They cannot make a first down. Have to get to the 1-yard line to get a 1st down. Hessler pitching it out. Troutman. Did he get inside? No signal yet. Knocked out. Are they giving a signal? Yes, they have. Touchdown, Troutman. Right at the corner where the pylon is. And Herschel Troutman widens the lead for Colorado. 100 yards even for Herschel Troutman. And a touchdown. Voskerichian for the point after. Wesley couldn't hold on to it. And Wheaton has Voskerichian, so they will not get the point after, but it is 26-6 for the Buffaloes of Colorado.
It is a wet football, and it is very difficult to handle today. It has now become a bigger thing. Just not able to control the football. Quick snap. Here's the touchdown to Herschel Troutman. Turn it, just the option play. Good job. Just didn't wrap him up. Brian Collins was trying to. 26-6, Colorado.
Testing the new auto stick system on the Eagle Vision is test pilot Captain Orlowski. You comfortable, sir?
I love the smell of a new car in the morning.
I'll take that as a yes.
Engaging auto stick. No clutch, easy to shift.
No bulky oxygen masks.
Amazing control, even without the wings.
You don't get out of the F-16 much, do you, Flyboy? And that's okay.
Test it yourself. Make the call. 1-800-2-TEST-EAGLE.
You remember that Burger King song? Hold the pickles, hold the lettuce, crying babies won't upset us.
Crying babies?
No. It's hold the pickles, hold the lettuce, hold the ketchup, hold the lettuce.
No. It's vegetables are out to get us.
Even if you now just met us.
One thing's for sure, your Whopper is always made your way. Just 99 cents for a limited time.
In the hallway.
The Whopper, now just 99 cents at Burger King.
All we ask is that you let us serve it your way.
No.
Hey, guys, that's it.
Face it, no other razor shaves closer or with more comfort than Gillette Sensor XL. Soft microfins that protect your skin and individually spring-mounted twin blades that adjust to your face. No razor feels more comfortable during your shave or leaves your face smoother after. Gillette Sensor XL. And try new Gillette Shave Gel. Now, the best gel takes care of your skin, too.
Sub-zero temperatures for the backdrop for the Notre Dame-Houston matchup. Late in the game, quarterback Joe Montana struggled to overcome a 22-point deficit. The Irish battled back, scoring 3 times with no time on the clock. Notre Dame earned its last touchdown to tie the game, and then Joe Eunice's PAT capped the greatest comeback ever.
Tim Ryan with Steve Davis, Bill McAtee at the Cotton Bowl Classic in Dallas. 26-6 Colorado, and Rick Neuheisel had some important instruction for his team with their 20-point lead. Well, just moments ago, Rick Neuheisel reminding his team the importance of hanging on to the football. We were listening in on our way for commercial, and he was reminding them all to make sure that they did not give up the football. He said, don't even try for the extra yard. Rather than try for that extra yard, make sure you don't cough up the ball. It was wet, rainy. Colorado is up by 20. Jason Leslie's kickoff into the end zone.
The extra yard, hang on to the ball. It's more important. It's like gold, all right? It's the difference between being a good team and a great team. You understand me? We're going to hang on to it like it's our 10-win season. It's our 10-win season, all right? You take care of it when you're throwing it. If it's wet, you don't like it, you just get it to somebody short, all right? You catch it when it's wobbling. Surround it. I'm very proud. Let's go out there and dominate the rest of the game. You with me? Offense on 3.
Inspirational first-year coach Rick Neuheisel just moments ago after that Colorado score. Now the Ducks have got to get some offense on track. Ricky Whittle picks up about 3. Stopped by Ron Merkerson, the linebacker, number 33. Let's go down to the field and Bill McAtee.
All right, Tim, well, you heard from Rick Neuheisel just moments ago. Mike Bellotti turned to his offense and said, well, we've still got plenty of time, but it's about time. We've got to get going. So they're not really going to change their game plan right now. They're not going to go into the 2-minute mode. They're going to keep doing what they've been trying but unsuccessfully doing for much of the game. I'll send you back upstairs, Tim.
All right, Bill. Well, the fumble by quarterback Tony Graziani after he was stripped by Matt Russell, leading to that Colorado score. Graziani will try to make it up, but he's got a man open in the flat. That's Aaron Jelks, the fullback, and a first down. Ducks forced out by Cunningham at the 37 of Oregon.
Aaron Jelks is the fullback. He's coming out of the backfield. You saw him slide right in the replay. Just out route. Everyone else has taken their defenders deeper. He's a big load to bring down. Trying to get some momentum. Safe passes. Move the ball down the field. Don't panic right now, but as Bill also said, it's about time to get going. You don't have a whole lot of time.
Graziani only 11 of 23, a 54% passer on the season. 13 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. These conditions and the Colorado team making life more difficult for him. Whittle is stuffed. Ricky Whittle ran into a herd of black-shirted Buffaloes. Matt Russell leading the charge.
Number 16, Matt Russell, right in the middle. He's on a blitz, comes right through. No one really picks him up. He is tough to block. He just bounces around, keeps moving forward, loves the action.
250-pound junior from Fairview Heights, Illinois. Second down and 13. Loss of 3 on that play. Graziani on the option. The ball loose again. It's picked off. Greg Jones. To the 16-yard line. Viliami Mau, number 77. The sophomore from Honolulu, who they predict will be a star on that defensive front, knocked the ball loose from Graziani. His second fumble in the last few minutes of this third quarter. Graziani is down and being attended to.
What's Tony Graziani on the option play, trying to make something, gets it. Nice clean tackle, just brought down hard on his left shoulder. Ball popped loose, hit the helmet. And the entire weight goes on one shoulder, his left shoulder looked like.
Let's give credit where it's due here. It was Nick Ziegler, the freshman from Huntington Beach, California, number 76, who made the hit. Nearly pitchforking Graziani. We're glad to see him on his feet back at the sideline. His backup is a junior from Granite Bay, California, Ryan Perry Smith. Colorado's defense really putting the heat on the Ducks now. Oregon with a fumbled kickoff. Graziani has coughed it up twice, and the pass intended in the corner for Chris Anderson, incomplete. Hessler, Wheaton with the coverage. Number 20, Kenny Wheaton. Dave Jones, number 59, grabbing that ball as it popped out of the hands of Graziani. Colorado threatening again here at the 17-yard line. 2nd and 10.
Colorado's done a wonderful job of keeping the game down on the right end of the field, keeping Oregon backed up.
The mishandle of the handoff, Lyndon Henry, and he still battles his way for 4, maybe 5 yards. Good effort by Lyndon Henry, the sophomore from Port Arthur, Texas. No doubt some friends and family here watching him in action at the Cotton Bowl.
It's a trap play. Bad exchange by the quarterback and Lyndon Henry. He's got great strength. He's 6'1", 190 pounds.
That leaves it 3rd and 6, Colorado. Again, the fade pass, and it's caught, but is he inbounds? Yes, touchdown. Phil Savoy. The sophomore from Washington, D.C., Hessler, had a perfect beat on that in the wind and rain, and Savoy went up to get it. Phil Savoy, sophomore from Washington, with a touchdown pass from John Hessler, and a timeout on the field. As we await the point after a try, Colorado now up on top 32-6.
John Hessler has done just an outstanding job. Here was a guy that was a second-team quarterback, a fade route. He's got man coverage. Phil Savoy does a good job pushing away on Lamont Woods, number 11. He's the nickel back. Little push, bump, fades. Good job by John Hessler to find the open man. Colorado's taking care of business.
They came out pumped here for the second half, especially their defensive unit.
There's John Hessler. Here's a guy that did not even think he might play very much because of Coy Detmer. Comes into the 5th game of the season, starting against Oklahoma after he replaced Coy Detmer in the Texas A&M game when he went down with an injury. 2,100 yards throwing the ball, 20 touchdowns, has really become a player. They thought they could only use about 60% of the offense when he first got in the game. They've been able to use most of their offense all season long.
Here's an unusual formation. There's a try for 2, and then John Hessler trying to get a timeout call. Flag is down.
We had an illegal snap on the offense, 5 yards. We'll have a try.
Illegal procedure called against the Buffaloes. I think Hessler looked up and saw that even if he got the ball away, he was going to get clobbered. There were just too many green shirts coming at him. So Hessler's come to the sideline to talk this over with Neuheisel, and there you see the All-American center, Brian Stoltenberg. And with the penalty, they are now opting to go with the kick from Voskerichian, Neil Voskerichian, spotted at the 15-yard line for this point after going for a single point. blocked. And still going. That should be a penalty. Forward pass. This is an exciting play nonetheless. A flag is down. And it's Brian Collins who will take it the distance, but that will come back. Bryant Jackson, apparently the Ducker was able to get up and block the kick. But there was at least one forward pass. Might have been a couple there. And there's a signal for it. Oregon's version of rugby. Yeah, it looked like that, didn't it? Yeah.
We had an
really
illegal forward pass. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Good try. You need something. Need something to make something happen. What's the blocked extra point? Now the ball can be advanced with the defense. Good job. Get the ball up, go.
It was Bryant Jackson who made the block, and then here goes the old Troy Bailey's got it, and then he pitches it forward, trying to get it to Brian Collins. We'll have to work on Troy's option capabilities. They'll bring it.
Using the advanced technology of the Eagle Talon, Dr. Van Ostel, cardiologist. Okay. Faces perhaps his greatest challenge yet.
Clogged artery on the 405. Tea time in 16 minutes. Keys.
How we doing, Doc? Pulse rate's up, heart rate's accelerated. Seems like a normal reaction to Talon's 210 horses. It's all-wheel drive's amazing. I think I'm gonna make it. Haven't missed a tea time yet.
Test it yourself. Make the call. 1-800-2-TEST-EAGLE.
The internet will be the biggest thing since the Industrial Revolution. The internet will be just a chat line for physicists and video game addicts. Someday, your web address will be everything. One day on the internet, the Colonel's secret formula will whiz past the secret formula for Pepsi. What will the internet be? No one knows. But we engineer systems in anticipation of this vast uncertainty, so you can approach it as one huge opportunity. Digital, whatever it takes.
Now there are 4 ways to get the power of Selsun Blue, the #1 doctor-recommended dandruff shampoo. There's medicated, moisturizing, 2-in-1, balanced, 4 powerful Selsun Blue formulas. Now you've got even more Selsun power.
It's never fun to eat and run, to rush and eat too fast, 'cause you know it's gonna catch up with you at last.
For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster than Alka-Seltzer.
Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
It's new, it's thick, and it's perfect for dipping. Old El Paso, where to take a dip.
Deion Sanders sit down to talk. They talk to Dave. You're the man. The Late Show with David Letterman. The biggest guests on TV.
Welcome back to the Cotton Bowl on CBS, where Oregon quarterback Tony Graziani came off the field, sat on the bench by himself, and was there for a few seconds. Ricky Whittle, the fine running back, came over and said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'm all right." And within 20 seconds, all of the Oregon offense had come by, patted him on the shoulder pads, gave him a hug, says, "It's okay, we've got time."
Graziani looks like he is preparing to come back in, giving up 2 fumbles early in the 3rd quarter and taking quite a smack on the last one. Jason Leslie will kick it off. (32-6), and the rain, as you can see, very steady, and temperatures continue to drop here at the Cotton Bowl. Barefooted kicker Jason Leslie, Ricky Whittle, and Pat Johnson awaiting the kickoff. Colorado on top 32-6. 5:42 to go here in the 3rd. Tim Ryan with Steve Davis. Bill McAtee at the Cotton Bowl. Good deep kickoff. That'll go through the end zone. Oregon will start from their 20-yard line. Tony Graziani, a 6'3", 180-pound junior from Modesto, California, leading the Ducks offense back onto the field, and they've had only 7 yards of total offense here in the third quarter. Colorado with 96 yards.
Colorado's played physical. They've protected the football. They've taken advantage of opportunities when presented them, and they've put it in the end zone.
Ricky Whittle on the wing now shifts back. Play action fake to him. Graziani rushed again, trying to get it to the fullback. Jelks unable to do so under pressure from Greg Jones. Jones has been in his face this entire second half.
Oregon all season long, they've not faced a team as physical and as talented defensively as Colorado, and it's starting to really show and illustrate the type of team that Colorado is in terms of their quickness and their strength and their ability to put a tough rush. They have played physical in this second half, and they've put points on the board.
Graziani now 12 of 24, just 59 yards passing. 3 wide receivers out to the right side. He gets some time, and that one off the mark. Intended for the tight end, Wilcox. Wilcox may be the counterpart to Matt Russell of Colorado in terms of the character on the team. Junior from Junction City, Oregon. Like Russell, quite a character and totally in love with the game of football. Sports several tattoos. You saw one there. But more than that, he says, you know, we don't want to be like that guy McNeely that lost to Tyson and be only known for pizza commercials afterwards. We'd like to beat Colorado and get some more respect. And it's an uphill climb now. Blake Spence from Graziani. Second tight end, a sophomore from San Juan Capistrano. Be short of the first down. Donnell Leomidi forced him out. And the punting unit on.
What Colorado wanted to do is put Oregon in a position where they had to be one-dimensional, where they have to throw the football at 32-6 with 5:26 to go in the third quarter. Now you can drop back. You can play a little bit more relaxed defensive style, not have to take as many chances, play smart football, control the clock and the football, protect it.
Josh Bidwell standing at the 12 of Oregon, hits from the 16. Elton Davis back to receive. The ball comes the other side and rolls back upfield before it's stopped at the 44-yard line by the Ducks. A 34-yard punt. So the score remains 32-6. The Colorado Buffaloes on top. Tonight, don't forget prime time college football, the FedEx Orange Bowl, number 8, Florida State. Number 6, Notre Dame, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Time from Miami, Florida. And then tomorrow night, also at 8 Eastern, the National Championship. The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl matches number 1, the Cornhuskers of Nebraska, and the number 2 Gators of Florida. 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night on CBS Sports. Who do you like there, Steve?
Well, let's see. In the Orange Bowl?
Yeah, no. Let's start with the big one.
The big one?
Tomorrow night.
Well, my Big 8 biases are going to show.
You like Nebraska. Hessler takes a hit, gets it downfield, and just overthrows Ray Caruth. Kenny Wheaton had the coverage.
What's great about that matchup, obviously, here are two extremes of the offensive line, because you've got the option football capabilities of Nebraska, the pro style of Florida. I mean, it really shows you it's not necessarily the system, it's the athletes, and you've got two unique systems playing for a national championship. Who do you like, Tim?
And you're going with the Big 8 because of your Oklahoma lineage.
I will go with Nebraska.
Because
of my Big 8.
I'm going with the Gators. I think that the offense is enough to win the national title. This is Lyndon Henry. And a first down, Colorado inside the 45 of Oregon. Rich Rule and Alex Molden combined to stop him. And they may bring the spot back a little bit, just short of the first down. Let's see. The mark is, no, it is a first down, Colorado.
This Colorado football team has had a good time in Dallas. They've been loose. They've had a lot of fun. and it's part of the character of their coach. And he really has made this a fun experience for his players. So bowl games are about players. 4 players.
Henry on the feed from Hessler. Picks up about 3. Little swing pass. Troy Bailey stops him there. Yeah, I think it's obvious talking to the Colorado Buffaloes that they enjoy their new coach in his first season, Rick Neuheisel. I just think that at some point they're going to not want to have him play and sing anymore. I mean, his guitar and singing voice might get to them in a season or two.
I'm a big fan of Rick Neuheisel. I think that he's a contemporary coach. He's a coach of the future. He understands his players. He understands that this is a generation of players that grew up watching ESPN and MTV, and he knows the difference. And I just like the way he coaches his football team.
That's Hessler on the option, picking up about 5. Ryan Collins stopped him. It'll leave 3rd and about 4. Between 3 and 4. Well, we talked to Rick Neuheisel about his coaching philosophy as a young coach, and here were his comments.
I think it helps them communicate with me, and no knock on those guys who have been so successful that are up in their years. I just think that football players like to have fun, and there's nothing wrong with having it as long as we're getting the work done.
Well, there's Rick Neuheisel, and he's thinking about how to deal with his kids. Meanwhile, they picked up a personal foul on the last play, and it brings them back to their own 46-yard line. 3rd down and 18. There's Neuheisel near the sideline. Yeah, I think one more rendition of Wow thing, though, it's going to set him back a little bit. Troutman has stopped after a gain of about 4, got near midfield, and Ronnie Gibson, number 23, put the stop on him there. But no, I think you make a good point. He does really have a feel and understanding for these youngsters and how the times have changed, and they're certainly responding to them. To a man, those we talked to, and it was a good number of them, all said how much they're enjoying playing under him.
Well, and I think that's the trend. I mean, there are a lot of young coaches, and as he said, not to knock the older coaches, you either earn it by respect, and you can be 50 and 60 years old and be a good communicator of athletes. He does it with a little bit more contemporary flair, and the players just love it. I think he's going to be able to recruit and be very successful in Colorado.
Andy Mitchell's punt taken by Johnson at the 12-yard line, and he's buried by 3 Buffaloes. Colorado's special team showing their spirit, a 38-yard punt. And it'll be 1st down from the 13 for Oregon when we return.
Bud and Doyle are trapped in the Biodome.
Just because we're stuck in a bubble doesn't mean we can't cause any trouble.
On January 12th,
Trick or treat!
Pauly Shore
I feel like a duck-billed platypus.
and Stephen Baldwin
What is this kibble?
are the boys in the bubble.
They are a symbol of everything that is wrong.
Biodome.
What do you think, you're some rocket scientist?
Yes.
Sorry.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, January 12th at theaters everywhere.
Time for a new cobalt blue bench-style front seat cover for your 78 Mercury Zephyr? Try to find that puppy at your everyday auto parts store. Welcome to Pep Boys, one of the biggest parts stores ever, with thousands more parts and accessories for more cars. More seat covers, floor mats, additives, and things smaller stores just can't fit. And of course, more name brand parts with lifetime warranties and a low price guarantee. Come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
These antiperspirants, they're history, because now there's something that keeps you drier. Sure Ultra Dry. It's a better kind of antiperspirant, a soft solid. With just 2 clicks, it goes on dry to keep you ultra dry. Just watch. An ordinary solid can flake off, but Sure Ultra Dry vanishes in to form an invisible layer of protection that keeps you drier than ever before. Prove it to yourself. Sure Ultra Dry goes on dry, keeps you ultra dry.
Being a parent is all about being there, whether it's a homecoming game or something as important as a college education. State Farm understands that. That's why State Farm Life Insurance makes sense. It's a smart way to help secure your children's future if something ever happened to you. See your State Farm agent for life insurance that's right for your family. It'll help make sure that all your dreams will be protected, like helping your children realize theirs.
State Farm understands life.
CBS Sports presentation of the Cotton Bowl is sponsored by Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth. And by Edge Shave Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Tim Ryan with Steve Davis, Bill McAtee here at Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. Oregon starting from their 13-yard line, first down. Graziani to Ricky Whittle, and Whittle gets about 6, maybe 7 out to the 20. Colorado leading 32-6. Opening up a close game at halftime with some big defensive plays in the third quarter.
Now they're going into a no-huddle offense. Time is getting away from them. They've got to make something happen, change the tempo.
He gets some time and then flicks it out. Pretty close to a first down. Whittle on the catch, and Donnell Liamidi trying to stop him short of the marker, and he has done so. It'll be third and about a yard, a long yard for Oregon, and they stay in the hurry up. Mark Gregg, the center, number 69, getting the signal count from Graziani. Snap count. Third and a long yard. Option. Whittle. Nice play on him. Again by Donnell Liamidi. He's had an outstanding game defensively for the Buffs. Remember, they lost Steve Rosga back in the first half, actually in the first quarter. The junior from Roseville, Minnesota, and Ryan Black has taken his spot, been effective there. They also lost their holder on placements because that was Rosga's job. So kicker Jason Leslie has been doing that for Neil Voskerichian. Fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Graziani's got to get to that marker, diving for it, and he made it. Great effort by Tony Graziani for the first down, Oregon to the 25-yard line.
Really outstanding effort for Tony Graziani. I mean, it's tough. 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter. You're down 32-6. Fourth down and a bunch to go. Deep in your own area into the field. Great effort to lunge forward and get the 1st and 10. He's been that kind of athlete. I mean, he's a tough kid for this Oregon Duck football team, a leader, and he's given everything he's got.
Kevin Parker in the lineup now, and he's got a big hole. Kevin Parker out near midfield before Marcus Washington hauled him down. 5'10" freshman from Oakland, California.
Watch the hole develop for Kevin Parker, the redshirt freshman. Boy, great job of blowing everyone out of the middle. Also, the stunt kind of allowed that to happen, but great job by Kevin Parker to explode behind Gregg and Reed.
The Buffs defense comes right back with a sack, their second of the day. Kerry Hicks, the senior. Defensive staff figures he'll be a first-round draft choice. 6'6", 270-pounder from Salt Lake City, Utah. Getting the sack on Graziani and driving them all the way back to the 37-yard line.
Kerry Hicks is probably going to be a first or second-round draft choice. From a small town, calls himself just a country boy. He said, well, I'll probably have to be in a big city, so I'll have to get accustomed to it.